What's good, bro?
Ice cream.
Bro, you gonna really be like that, fam? Like, for real?
I'm making another math video, man, and honestly, I'm just trying to use my shoelaces as a prop, just to mean that I'm gonna be talking about switch.
No. You acting like I don't know a thing or two about math. Okay, first of all, you're wrong, and I am good with things switching.
First thing you need to know is that for two of these operations, the order of the numbers really don't matter. But for the other two operations, it does. With addition, you can switch the order of the numbers you're adding and you will still get the same answer. 1 plus 2 is equal to 2 plus 1. No matter which number comes first, the answer will still be 3. And it's the same with multiplication. You can switch the order of the numbers in a multiplication problem and still get the same exact answer. 2 times 5 is the same as 5 times 2. In both cases, the answer will be 10. When you can switch the order of the numbers in operations like that and still get the same answer, the technical math term is to say that the operations commute, or it's a commutative properties. The numbers will basically switch, so to commute is to switch, or to switch is to commute. Now on the other hand, subtraction and division, they don't have the commutative property. If you switch the order, it's not the same problem, and you will get a different answer. So that means you have to pay very close attention to the order of the numbers in a subtraction or a division problem. And this is just to make sure that you're working the right problem. For example, taking 1 away from 10 is not the same as taking 10 away from 1, and dividing 6 into 2 groups is not the same as dividing 2 into 6 groups. Another important thing about these arithmetic operations is that they form pairs that we call inverse operations. A good way to understand what an inverse operation is like when you put something up online on social media, a picture, and you can put it up, but you can also take it down, or you can take it away. Addition and subtraction are inverse operations. One puts it up, and the other one takes it down. If you add 5 to 10 to get 15, you can undo that operation by taking 15 and then subtracting 5 from it to get back to the original 10. It's just like give and take. Addition gives and subtraction takes. Likewise, multiplication and division are inverse operations. If you multiply 4 times 10, that means to combine 4 groups of 10 for a total of 40. But then you can take that back or undo that by dividing. You could take that 40 and then divide it back into 4 separate groups of 10. So multiplying groups things, but dividing ungroups them. We've learned a lot about arithmetic so far, but when it comes down to doing arithmetic, it's really helpful to start off by memorizing some of the arithmetic facts. That usually involves memorizing the answers to all the arithmetic problems that can be made from the numbers 1 through 10, like 2 plus 2 equals 4, or 3 times 4 is equal to 12. Now, I already know you're probably thinking, that's a lot to remember, or that's too much. You're right. Fortunately, because of the 2 things we learned about arithmetic just now, it's going to make our life a bit more easier. Thanks to inverse operations, you will only have to remember the facts of addition and multiplication. So if you know them, you could easily know what the facts are for subtraction and division. For example, with addition, if you memorize the fact 3 plus 7 equals 10, then you will also know 2 different subtraction facts. You will know that 10 minus 3 is 7, and you will also know that 10 minus 7 is 3. This group is sometimes called a fact family because the facts are related. Likewise, with multiplication, if you memorize the fact 3 times 8 is equal to 24, then you will also know 2 different division facts. You'll know that 24 divided by 3 is 8, and that 24 divided by 8 is 3. This is another fact family. Alright, so that just means that we need to remember the addition and multiplication facts, but there's still a lot of them. But there's only half as many as you might think, and that's just because the addition and multiplication have the commutative property. You remember from earlier, you can switch the numbers and then you get the same amount or the same answer. That means if you know the addition fact 4 plus 7 is equal to 11, you also know that 7 plus 4 is equal to 11. So you don't need to memorize both of them. And the same is true for multiplication. If you know the fact 4 times 9 is equal to 36, then you also know that 9 times 4 is equal to 36. Now you see what I'm talking about? A lot of times these math facts are ordered in tables to help you memorize them. This is especially true for multiplication facts with the invention of the times table. This table shows you the answer you'd get if you multiply the number along the top row with the number along the side row. Now I know for most of y'all, that may be too much to memorize, but if you remember the rule about switching the order, then you only have to memorize about half of the chart, because for example, you get the same answer for 2 times 4 and 4 times 2. Now I know that may have been a bit too much information about arithmetic in one episode, but always remember that you can go back and rewatch some things if you didn't get it the first time. And you need to be memorizing these facts, because the more you memorize, the more you practice, the easier it will become to you. So you're just about ready to move on to the other arithmetic topics, like order of operations and multi-digit arithmetic. And I don't have to tell you, because you already know that this is why I like math. See you next time. Peace!